Welcome, guys. Today is November 17th, 2021. Almost forgot there what year it was. um, so we have good news and I guess nothing's good or bad, but we have some more positive news we're going to start off with, and then some things are going to be switching up so that we'll get into at the end. So the first thing is super excited about this. If you followed me on Instagram, you knew that I had my first controlled lucid dream on, when was that? I think Friday night. Forgetting if that was Friday night. I think it was Friday night. Regardless, let's let's start off with what is lucid dreaming, right? Because that's an important question to answer. So lucid dreaming is you realizing that you're in a dream, basically becoming fully aware that you're in a dream. On average, when we dream, we kind of like are observant of it, and then when we wake up, we're like, oh, that was a dream. Or sometimes we're not even sure if it was a dream or not once we wake up. So lucid dreaming is the act of becoming present or being aware that you're dreaming while you're dreaming. Um, so whenever I say I had my first controlled one, it means like I was very conscious of it. So I've had one lucid dream maybe 2, 3 years ago when I started like investigating this. And I like was in a car and I got it to like almost fly kind of thing. And it wasn't, I guess it was really quick. I was really in and out. And then that kind of sent me down, I think, the rabbit hole of like, what is lucid? Or I think I started researching it before that, and that was just like a whoa. Um, yeah, so that was probably the first one that I had, and then the second one I had was a pretty graphic one where I don't know, I was in like an old western, and I kind of realized halfway through like none of this is real, and then the guy. One of the old people that I was with kind of turned into the devil almost, and then I kind of flew out of there, but it happened so fast that it was really quick. Um, and I woke up. And then the most recent one, I basically, you know, uh, became fully aware and then started creating things that I wanted to happen. So that was kind of my first controlled one, let's say, or was able to manifest it, whatever you want to call it. Let's get into some techniques. Well, yeah, I'll give you guys, like, let you know what I'm doing. I'll make a video about this, and quite frankly, this is going to tie into one of my points later. But essentially, throughout the day, you do like random checks, like you look at your hand and count your fingers. Because this is something I did in my dream where I was like, oh shit, am I dreaming? And then you look at your hand, and you don't have five fingers. Usually, you either have four or usually you have like six. And this is what I saw. Is I was like, oh, I have six fingers. Like I'm dreaming. So then those are like something you can do, and then there's more in-depth process of what happens. And I don't want to bore you down with all the details here. Well, let's get into this next part of I'm gonna start making YouTube videos, stuff that just kind of talks about this kind of information. Excuse me. And with making YouTube videos, I'm gonna make stuff about this. I'm gonna make stuff about my ideas on manifestation, book reviews of books that I've read, and so forth and so on. And this kind of comes into the next step, which it's unfortunate, I think, to say, but it's something I think I need to do is that I'm going to reduce the frequency of my podcast episodes. I think I'm going to move them to every other week instead of doing one per week. And there's a couple of reasons I'm doing this. Number one is I'm honestly getting burnt out. I'm whether it's being in a new country or getting stressed out or what have you, I'm just plain old getting burnt out. And it feels kind of like I'm forcing it at a certain point where I'm just kind of scrambling to, and this is a part of it, is to get people on, and I'm quite frankly running low on people who want to come and talk on the podcast. And I totally get it. Not everybody wants to do it. But I don't want to be forcing people. Like obviously I can't force people to come on the podcast, but I'm saying like I don't want to, how do I want to phrase this? Yeah, I don't want to be forcing it. I mean, that's really the way that it boils down. And so behind the scenes, I'm going to keep like trying to ask people, get people recorded, and just release these, every 2 weeks is my plan right now. On top of that, holidays are approaching. travel. I'm traveling a lot. Holidays are approaching. So I need to, I want to prioritize, myself and, being a family. And I know everybody else has family and all that. So I don't want to be, pushing it on those weekends and those dates. Um, and furthermore, I want to be able to prioritize some of my monetary revenue. I've got a coaching program I'm working on to help people kind of find this alignment within themselves. So yeah, so I want to prioritize kind of, filling out the back in my coaching program. I want to focus on making some videos for YouTube because I think that's another great way to kind of get to people. And quite frankly, I'm not relying on other people in order for me to get them on as guests. And I love interviewing people, don't get me wrong. It's just, it's a lot. It's burnout. So I want to take a back seat on that. I'm going to still be recording interviews in the background. Um, you know, get the high quality content for you guys, and that's what I want to be able to deliver. So as of right now, I'm going to be taking a step backwards on all this, but one step backwards, two step forwards kind of thing. I'm going to be putting out more videos on YouTube and all that stuff. So yeah, so I mean, I'm super excited for what this has entailed. I've got more things coming, in terms of the videos on YouTube, my coaching program, and, a lot more information for you guys. So yeah, so I mean, if you're listening on Apple, I'd very much appreciate if you could leave a review. Those help me, and like actually like fill in like some review stuff, like actually write out. I like Clayton, don't just put the 5-star because I think it helps a lot more if you actually write it out. It gives me good feedback and helps other people understand what they're getting into when they listen to this. Um, yeah, and keep following along. Follow the YouTube channel now. That's going to be a bigger thing. It's a higher priority now on my to-do list. Coaching. I have just a basic like video series that I've created. If you're interested in that, go to ClaytonCuteri and it'll be there. I'm also going to work on putting together like sessions so we can actually get in on one-on-one sessions and help people with with all that stuff. So, without dragging this on too much more, please rate, share, and yeah. So with that all being said, just so you guys are aware, I will not be releasing a podcast on Monday. It'll be pushed back to the Monday after. And yeah, I believe I'll keep doing these weekend reviews. I think they're still kind of cool and give you guys the information, all that stuff of what's going on in my life. Bah, bah, bah. Yeah, I guess one other thing that happened was that I guess after I'm planning to go to Florianopolis now in the middle of January until for a week, and then I'm going to Praia de Hosa for I think a month, and then after that, I'm planning on heading back to San Diego. I'm just really missing San Diego, missing the people, missing the energy, missing the vibes. So that's my plan right now. For a month, maybe I'll be back in San Diego for a month is what I'm thinking. But let's see what happens. I want to get all this moving, get the engine, get the juices flowing, if you know what I mean. But thanks, guys. I appreciate everyone listening. I appreciate you as an audience. So yeah, hopefully we're able to kind of push through this together. If you know anyone that it would be great to come on the podcast, let me know. So yeah, other than that, let's keep growing together. Hey guys, still November 17th, but I wanted to add an addition to what I have already recorded. I thought initially about deleting it and then just re-recording this, but in the spirit of full transparency, I guess I wanted to just leave that initial one and then just add this on top of it. I had mentioned that I wanted to move my podcast to every other week, and I think there was some probably fear and other things involved with that decision. Um, fear of not having people or fear of this or that. I think that I will be skipping 3 weeks in the future, Thanksgiving, and then Christmas and New Year's. I'll go a little bit without those. And so I think that's just what I want to do for now. I think I'm going to keep pushing forward, keep moving forward with doing it every week because again, I enjoy it whenever I, enjoy it and I want to keep energized and I want to stay doing it and I don't want to get burnt out. So I think those are the 2 weeks that I'm going to skip. There will be one next week on Monday, although you heard the contrary. But I need to keep doing this. I need to keep pushing through it. I think there's probably some, underlying nervousness or unworthiness or something underneath there. I'm not sure of that was playing a role, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna push on. If you'd love to come on, shoot me a DM. Let's talk. Because like I said, I need some guests. I need to record some podcasts. So let me know what's up, and hopefully talk to you guys soon. Let's keep growing together.